So it's a mixed reaction from you guys on the comments today. Some of you a little bit more positive than others. So obviously, it's another game where Liverpool haven't won, but at least it's not a defeat. At one point, it would have looked like 10 defeats in 14, but they managed to keep it alive. Obviously, we've got a few comments going, calling for the manager's head, but we've seen improvements these last two games. I know it was very negative after PSV and Nottingham Forest, understandably so, deservedly so. But at the weekend, Liverpool showed signs, and they're just lacking confidence, and they're struggling to break down these deep defences. It'll come in time. Players will come back from injury. We'll see a couple of natural right backs come back in the next couple of weeks, and Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong. Wirtz is looking brighter. Isak's a bit up and down, but they've got Ekitike as well. Hopefully, it's getting better. Like, Liverpool aren't going to win the league this year. We know that. Arsenal have extended that lead week after week, but they're still pretty close to the Champions League places. Only 2 points behind Chelsea, who lost 3-1 at Leeds United tonight. It can change very, very quickly if you get a win here. It's very tight in those European places. It's just Arsenal that are running away with it. So what other comments have we got? People were saying Salah and Van Dijk are failing the club. It's backfired. I feel like I said that's a bit strong. They've still got roles to play. Maybe Salah could go at the end of the season. We don't know. There's going to be interest from Saudi Arabia. Just depends, doesn't it? If Liverpool get an offer they want to consider, or if Salah wants to move on. Liverpool obviously thinking of a future beyond him. It's part of the reason why they've signed that's Isak and Ekitike. It's the new look attack. We just have to wait and see if Salah has a role in that, or they move him on at the end of the season. Still a lot of football to be played. Just because he's benched from these two games doesn't mean he will against Leeds. It's just wait and see what happens there. Like he is getting involved in games. He's just not getting the goals and the assists the same way. And a lot of crosses are being cleared. A lot of the balls are being cut out. It's just building those connections with his teammates. Why does McAllister not want to pass the ball to Wirtz? Is this about that number 10 shirt, says St. Paul? Bit cheeky, that one, isn't it? It's just new players trying to gel, I think. Trying to settle in, adjust to each other. Wirtz, he wants it quickly. He's used to being that star man at Bayer Leverkusen, but everything went in. And that was not going to be the case at Liverpool, because you've got quality all over the pitch. They don't need him necessarily to be that star man. But maybe if they did look for him more in that number 10 position, he'd be able to get it to Isak more, and we'd be seeing the centre forward score more. So it can work both ways, can't it? We'll just have to wait and see if those connections can gel a bit more. McAllister said in the mix zone on Sunday that he's not having any fitness issues anymore, and I don't think he's been at his best still, despite those injuries at the start of the season. He's not at the levels we saw him last year, but then who is in this Liverpool side apart from Dominic Szoboszlai? So it is just taking a lot of time for a lot of players to get up to speed. Look, a few more of your comments. Akash says Slot needs to start picking his team based on who they're playing. You can't play the same team against everyone. His excuse will be the low block and the long passes, but this is where intelligence comes in, and sadly hasn't proven to it tactically just yet. Yes and no. Like, Liverpool are struggling against the low blocks, but he did change his side against West Ham, who were a side that were going to hit Liverpool in the counter and have the low block, and it worked. Maybe West Ham are a team very low on confidence in comparison to a Sunderland, so it works both ways. All the in-swinging crosses from the wingers doing my head in. It's so predictable. Now, this has been a problem for a while, Sanzo. Like, Liverpool haven't had that focal point up front, and the crosses are getting cut out with it. You cut it back onto your foot, the stronger foot. Like, Darwin Núñez wasn't getting on the end of much. Luis Diaz obviously wasn't going to win too much in the air last year, and Isak and Ekitike, they're not really getting too many chances in the air. Even though the big strikers, you want to see more chances like that for them, don't you? But the crosses have got to be better. You can say the same for set pieces. Like, Liverpool aren't doing enough on corners, are they? They just need to keep working at it. It's not the most positive result. It wasn't the best performance, but it wasn't the worst either. We've had a lot worse. We've had a lot more negativity. Sunderland parked the bus to an extent. It's a respectable point, if not the best point, but it's another small step away from the troubled times that they had been having over the last couple of months. Clive is a lot more positive than some of you. He says we played a very good team today, and I'm happy to see the fighting spirit is there. It's about time Chiesa starts. Let's just remember that Sunderland got a late tool draw against Arsenal a couple of weeks back, so it's by no means a really bad point against a newly promoted side. This is a good Sunderland team that are having a really good season. Liverpool aren't doing brilliantly in comparison, but they managed to get a draw late on against the odds. And it's a late goal as well. We saw so many of them in the team spirit at the start of the season when they were getting wins. Maybe this can be one that steps them back on the right track again. Not another win, unlike the game at West Ham at the weekend, but they've avoided defeat. Still 8th in the table, as we've already said. They're still within touching distance of those Champions League places. They will drop a place if Manchester United win tomorrow. They are playing struggling West Ham United at Old Trafford, but it's still very, very tight in the Premier League table. When you've got Arsenal 33 points, Manchester City second on 28, Aston Villa third on 27, and then Chelsea 24, Palace, Sunderland 23, Brighton, Liverpool 22, United, Everton 21. It is very, very tight in the top half of that table, and we're not even at the halfway point yet in the Premier League season. These games are coming thick and fast heading into the festive period, and a lot can change very, very quickly.
This is the Blood Red podcast from the Liverpool Echo, giving you the inside track on all the big talking points from Anfield.